Evaluation question 1. In what ways does your media products use, develop and challenge forms and conventions on real media products? Okay, so we've done costume and character, so we're going to move on now to location. Not only that, but I also want to take a look at IS film withheld. Now this is the rough edit as I cannot currently find the final edit. So we'll just take a look at the locations we used here. Now, this film was a genre thriller. Instantly you can see there, if I just go back a bit, you've got the knife and you've got a kitchen surface. However, it's still threatening pulling out the knife. Okay. As you can see, she's screaming, and she's actually in a theatre, but she's wearing a sort of gown which shows her insanity. Now, the theatre we thought can be a sort of sense of it is a horror actually typical. Uh, it's typical with the horror genre to have a theatre because it's creepy and if an old rundown theatre. Okay. In this next bit, we've got the girl running down the road. Okay, so she's running down a road. It's lit up in the background, and it's lit up, but it's dark down the paths, and there's only one car, and that's it. We did choose this location because of how eerie it is, and we didn't want it on a main busy street because it wouldn't add to the tension. Okay, so we've got a normal household. And a girl's bedroom. Okay, we chose this bathroom scene for the main reason of it's typical with the horror genre to find out something important about that person. Um, Again, in Face Off, there's a mirror scene where he finds out he's been drugged and he's actually going insane. And again, the same happens here. Like, she's found out that she's been beat up. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my Final Cut now, if it has loaded. Okay. Skip forward a bit. Okay. We use the bedroom scene. It's typically a unisex bedroom. The real reason for that is because he's young. It's got funky colours on the wall, and we didn't want him to seem just an entire robot who does the same thing every day. We did want a bit of that quirkiness in it. Okay, and now we chose this bathroom again because it's simple, it's plain. There's just one thing on the wall at the back. Okay, I'm just going to skip forward again to the bedroom scene. It looks quite luxurious, the bedroom does actually, and it is quite nice and warm, the bedroom. But actually, this red on the wall here, we chose it for the main reason of her name is Rose. It signifies that whole symbolism of the rose, the theme of the rose petals falling, the crushing of the rose by Adam, and that again represents her, and the red bed sheets. Okay. Kitchen, typical with almost any film, mainly kitchen sink dramas. I mean, in Kes, for example, I'll just show you that. There is a scene in which it's set in a kitchen. And as you saw there, set around a kitchen, set around a dining table. It's because it adds to the realism of the film, which is exactly what we wanted to do with ending up with an adult drama. Okay. Location again, outside the house. It seems a nice, warmly home actually, and we did want that for a reason. Is because the exterior, especially with people like young carriers, they've got to keep up a strong exterior, and the house represents the exterior, but inside, it's not the best place to be. Okay, skipping forward just a little bit here. Right. Okay, we chose this area, which was the Ramada building. It's very officey, it's very busy. We wanted to make it look like a proper professional workplace, and that's why we chose it. Um, Again, with the film that contain business environments, they all have a busy area rather than an office out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, again, his office is quite small, quite enclosed. Let's skip forward quite a bit. The garden. I just want to get to Kez again. Because although it isn't a garden and it's a field, it does look quite nice. It's very British. And the garden here, again, is also relatively nice. There's flowers, that sort of area. And although this was shot in the winter, particularly for the reason that there isn't many flowers going, and we did want it to look a bit more dull and dreary. And that's the location.